Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and I have a guest again. He's definitely the cuter of the two of us, and he didn't even have to try. So he's going to be a guest. Guess I should hold him up because you can't see him sitting down. So if you don't remember, this is Max. And so I have March empties today. I know the month isn't over yet, but I have quite a few things that I've used up. And I just wanted to show you guys and let you know if I'd buy it again, if I wouldn't. And, you know, just what I thought about it overall. He's like going to sleep. There's a nice close-up of him. He likes to sniff everything. You know, like every dog. So, see, you gotta sit like that, Max. Alright, let's get started here. So the first thing I used up was the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. And I had it on its side so it looks like there's some in there. I could probably get that little bit out, but it's empty. I used this whole thing up. It came in a glass jar, so I made it feel like luxe, because that's why they can charge so much. This was okay. I used it at night because it does say sleepy mask. You don't have to use it at night. It's light enough to use during the day. In fact, I probably would have preferred it during the day because it was so light. What are you trying to get to? Because it was so light, it wasn't thicker, so it didn't moisturize too much. If you don't need a lot of moisture, that's really good. But if you need a little bit more, a little thicker moisturizer at night, that's not going to be it. So, the next thing I used up here was the It Cosmetics Miracle Water. It's just a little sample size. I don't even remember where I got it, but this is good to take off makeup, especially if you wear any kind of like waterproof mascara, anything like that. I'm trying to adjust it because he's like falling off. Okay, next thing I used up here was the Urban Decay All Nighter. It's a little mini size. And it's the spray you put on after you put on makeup. It was okay. I don't need my makeup to stay on for 2 or 3 days, so I just use those as a spray. Like I said, I don't need my makeup to stay on that long, so I can't test for its longevity, but I have the little sample to use. I used up a whole eyebrow pencil. Whole thing's gone. You can't even get anything out anymore. And I lost the cap on the other end. So yeah, this is my favorite one, e.l.f. It's $1 or $2 depending on where you buy it, and I really like it. I also used up the Simple Micellar Cleansing Water. I got this in a Target box, and it's completely soft. So my only complaint about this is the packaging. I used a lot more than I needed to because there's no... Like, it's real easy. You just open the little thing, and, like, if you want it all to come out, it'll come out. There was no, like, regulator. So that's my only complaint, that I used it way too fast because I used way too much. You're falling down, bud. He's one of those dogs that will totally, like, fall asleep, like, 5 minutes. And that's what he does. The next thing I used up here was a Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bod Buff. This was like a body scrub kind of thing. It was okay. It did smell good, but as a scrub, I wouldn't recommend it, especially because it's going to be pretty expensive. You know, compared to other body scrubs you can get at Walmart or Target. Or I wouldn't recommend it too much. I mean, if you get it as a sample, if you get it as a gift, you know, of course, use it. But I wouldn't recommend going out. Why you look so depressed? The next thing I used up, and it's gross, so I'm sorry and I apologize, is the Method Body Pure Peace Body Wash. Sorry, it's gross from my shower. This had peony, rose water, and pink sea salt. I did like the smell of this. The size of it was nice too. I used it for quite a while. I think it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. So I did like that, and it did smell good. You can't see you. You get all, like, relaxed, and then nobody can see you. I need to figure out some way to... Look at him. He's literally going to sleep. I I need to figure out, you know, a setup where he can just sit. He'll probably just go to sleep anyways. Alright, so you can't see him, but he's here, I promise you. Does that help a little bit? He's too funny. Maybe I'll tilt it down a little bit so if he sits up, you can see him. Okay, the next thing I used up is the Josie Maran Argan Oil. You can use this for basically anything, and I mostly use it on my face or even my hands, like on my cuticles. And it's a good oil. Like, no, it's just oil. Nothing special, but it's also gentle enough it doesn't irritate my skin at all. Oh no, I dropped something. Okay. So the next thing I used up is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This is just one of those little packet things. I've been trying to use up my little packet things because I have a bunch of them. And to be honest, I don't do a lot of traveling, so I need to just use them up at home. Because if I save them for travel, where, you know, I'm never going to use them. I don't go many places. I don't need to be self-quarantined to not leave my house, so that's just the truth. I also used up the Laneige Water Sleepy Mask. Again, it's one of the packets. I think I used 2 or 3 of these up, so there might be more. I've talked about this before. I really like it. It's real light, like the watermelon glow stuff. And it works good for moisturizing. I also used up the Garnier Skin Active Soothing 3-in-1 Moisturizer. It says it's a 3-in-1 moisturizer, so it's day, night, or mask with rose water. I didn't smell a lot of rose, so it didn't bother me, but that's that. Used it up. You gotta look up so everyone can see. I know that looked like I choked him. I didn't. I really did. See, he actually likes it because that's where his floof is. And you need the floof moisture, or not moisturized, rubbed, massaged. The next thing I used up is the Good Stuff Complete Repair Balm. And I know there's a little bit in there, but this is one of those packaging that it's too thick to squeeze, so nothing comes out. And yeah, so whatever's there is there. It's just like a leave-in conditioner for your hair. It was okay. Like I said, I didn't love the packaging because it was really hard to like squeeze the product out because it's so thick. My only complaint. The next thing I used up is N4 High Performance. Really? He totally just threw that bottle on the floor. High Performance Hair Care Super Comb Prep and Protect. This is again like a leave-in conditioner. It was okay. It wasn't even great. It was okay. I used up the John Frieda Frizz-E Secret Weapon. I've used this before. I've actually bought the tube, and it's pretty good. It's just a leave-in conditioner you put in your hair, and you can blow dry it or air dry it, whatever. The next thing I used here, you can't tell because the sticker is right over it. Ah, that was a fail. So it's the Love, Beauty, and Planet. I've talked about this before. It's the 3-minute magic mask. And this is the Moomaroo Butter and Rose. Sorry. I like that this doesn't really smell like rose. It has like another something else that makes the rose smell different. So I do like this. And it's a really good conditioner for your hair that you can use, you know, once a week or whatever. Let's see. So the next thing I have here is the MD Solar Sciences Mineral Tinted Cream. This was okay. It was actually very, like, greasy. Although I'm dry and I do enjoy, like, extra moisture, this was just tinted grease on your face, so I don't recommend that. The next thing I have here, and the last moisture, like, care thing, and then I have 2 makeup products. So, it's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. It's just a little sample. This was okay. It's very light, just like the Watermelon Glow and the other one. You know, they're good for daytime, and, you know, they do their job. They moisturize. They're not too heavy. Especially if you're oily, those are really good to use, and I would recommend them. So I used up another makeup thing, and this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. It rubbed off from touching it. And I know it looks like there's a bunch of product in there, but there's not. I've actually like scraped the size as good as I can. And that stopper is really hard to get out. So he's actually laying down now. He's funny because as long as he is near me, he is happy. And especially if he can be on my lap, he's good to go. So my last product here is actually a declutter, and I will explain to you why it's a declutter. This product is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream and Butterscotch. So, that's what it looks like. I thought it was a really good deal. I think I got this at Marshall's for like $6 or $7. So if you know anything, Becca is like $20, $25 for this. You know, it is pricey. So I thought, oh, that's a good deal. Well, there's nothing wrong with the product from being Marshall's or discounted. That's not what I'm getting at. My problem is this is so thick. It is like putting spackle on your face. I am not even joking. It is so thick, and I tried to blend it out. So the problem with blending it out is you use a wet beauty blender. Well, the water and the oil in this don't mix. So you either get the oil separated from the water, or you get like the color almost separated from the oil. And then being so thick, I got milia bumps under my eyes. And at first I was like, what in the heck? You know, because I was using this for like 3 or 4 days before they showed up. And I used it for like 3 or 4 more days, not realizing this is what was giving me the milia bumps. And yeah, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. Like, no, this is way too thick. I wouldn't even recommend this for your face, to be honest. I am sorry, Becca. You failed here. It's the whole product isn't good. It's not just that it's thick. It's that it doesn't blend out right. You can't, even if you're like, oh, let me cover this pimple, it's going to accentuate the pimple so much that you're going to wish you just left it alone. So that's all I have for you guys for today. That's all the products that I used up. I haven't been wearing a ton of makeup, just being like self-quarantined, but I do, you know, when I film, I do wear makeup, so. And then, like I said, I've been trying to get through some of these packets I have, because they're products I like or that I want to try, and they, like I said, I don't travel a whole lot, so when the only time I get to use them, just use them at home. Let me wake up little sandwich here. So, this is me and Max, and we want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.